आशियातील सर्वात मोठा समलैंगिक चित्रपट महोत्सव म्हणून कशिश फिल्म फेस्टिवलला ओळखलं जातं. मुंबईत यंदा कशिश फिल्म फेस्टिवल 15 मे ते 19 मे रोजी रंगणार आहे आणि लिबर्टी सिनेमागृह आणि अंधेरी भागातसुद्धा फिल्म पाहायला मिळणार आहेत. यात काही शॉर्ट फिल्म्स असतील ज्यात लेस्बियन, गे, बायसेक्शुअल, ट्रान्सजेंडर अशा अनेक समुदायांच्या या फिल्म्स असतात. त्यांचे स्वतःचे विषय असतात, त्यांना आयडेंटिटी मिळावी, त्यांच्या डायव्हर्सिटीबद्दल हा अनेक विषय आपल्याला फिल्म्समध्ये पाहायला मिळतात. आणि हा खरं तर हा महोत्सव खूप मोठा आहे. या महोत्सवाचं हे 15वं वर्ष आहे. कशिश फिल्म फेस्टिवलला यंदा ज्युरी म्हणून लाभलेत किरण राव आणि सोनाली कुलकर्णी. आपण पाहूयात या पत्रकार परिषदेत त्या काय काय बोललेल्या आहेत.
Many years and I always wanted to be a part of Kashish Film Festival, but somehow I could not earlier. But I'm happy this year I'm here with the family. I started my career, film career, with a non-gender character, and I was playing a tree. Wow. It was a film by Girish Karnad. It was called Cherry. Trees don't have gender. Nature doesn't have gender. Films have actually helped me grow. They have educated me about life, about society. My international journey started with a film called Daira, The Square Circle by Amol Palekar, where I played a boy with mustache. So I feel all the more connected with Kashish movement. This year, along with Kiran and Varun, I was one of the jury. I did not have any expectation or imagination about what kind of experience I was going to have, because I don't choose to be a judge quite a few times. I personally feel that I was on the other side of the river for the longest time. I keep getting nominated for something or the other. It feels nice, koi award dete hai, koi nahi dete hai, but it is nice the way they watch the films. But here, when I accepted this responsibility, and I can't tell you how last few weeks have been for me. The films were so mature. The films had powerful storyline, excellent cinematography, production, casting, costumes, writers, most importantly. I had not expected that. I was in a way ready to see something which is a little around average. But the films definitely surprised me. Every film had a say. Every film was in a way courageous. Bold is a very cliche word, but I feel that there was courage. I really like the Indian films. I really like the way Indian writers, filmmakers and actors are opening up to expressing themselves. I'm talking about the film, but I also need to talk about...
Honestly, it's always been a bad timing for me. And this year, fresh off the back of having made a film and feeling very free, I said yes and we jumped right in, and I'm so glad I did. I've always felt very much an ally of this community. It's something that I've always felt very passionate about, the rights of the queer community, and especially when it comes to cinema, exploring so many issues, so many ideas of identity and gender and inclusion, expression, and just culturally unusual stories in different forms. Actually, formally, lots of people have taken very interesting routes and sort of been quite experimental. So actually we saw a wide range of work, especially in the shorts category. We had almost 20 shorts to judge, and it was actually wonderful. It really felt like we were it's interesting how also around the world you see how so many similar experiences are being had by people from the queer community. You feel how much actually as humanity we are connected. It doesn't really matter whether we are queer, not queer, from what part of the world we are, and how actually being human and having feelings. We respond to so much of the same kind of emotion, situations. So it was actually very moving. A lot of the films really got me, and some of them really moved me to tears. And it's a wonderful selection of films, and I highly recommend that everybody go out and support the festival by watching. I think we just become, it's a much richer sort of understanding that we get of people from the queer community. And like he said, now by making it, including all of us, by calling it the Kashish Pride Film Festival, it is our duty and our right to be part of this festival, whether we are queer or not. So thank you, Sheeran and team. I've had a lovely time being on the jury, and I can't wait for Mumbai and now hopefully the rest of the country to watch these films, and more power to all of you. I hope this festival is a real success. Thank you.
First time, and it was very, very exciting, the experience. We watched 6 student short films that were made from different universities and film academies, from students across the globe, and they did not seem they were made by students at all. And it was very interesting to watch what young voices had to speak about this topic and about when we said gay, we used to insult someone when we were in school. And maybe it was the kind of films and the kind of representation that the community had, or please excuse my language, but words like gay, chakka was an insult. It was something we said very, very casually as kids, and nobody really corrected us, or even if they did, I don't think anybody was aware of the damage we were doing. Till I think my first exposure to this was blue is the warmest color. I think I watched it when I was 20, 21 years old, and I was like, oh, that's a perfectly normal romantic story between 2 women. And I have to confess, I felt extremely ashamed of myself for over the years being so ignorant about something so important. And of course, after that, I was extremely aware and conscious, and I've seen many, many more movies, read articles, interacted, seen documentaries, and end of the day, one just realizes that it's about freedom, identity, that anybody and everybody in the world is seeking, any individual is seeking. It's about being individual, and you rightly said, it's about celebrating diversity. All of us can be so different.
Reaching out to people, disseminating information, connecting with people, and also, I think, making a difference in the way people think and the way people react. So, you see, for a lot of people, this community has been marginalized for a long, long time. Everyone knows that. And he's been also sharing. Even today, there's so much discrimination in spite of, the world waking up to it. There's still a lot of countries who will not accept many things. But the point is, each one of us actually taking that one little step to reach out, not just being inclusive, but going beyond and supporting, because everyone has a right, everyone has to have the freedom to live the way they want to live.
One story that I will tell you connected with the LGBT or with the lesbian thing, when Deepa Mehta and Shabana Azmi and Nandita Das made that film Fire. I used to be a reviewer then, in those days, and this was at the New Empire. And it is the first time that I was picked up by the police and put into a police van and taken to the police station.
No.
And it's an experience I've never forgotten. And the funny thing is, Kiran, I was comparing a show at the CCI that evening for Pride India, and I had to be at Pride India for that. And I told the police inspectors there, I said, listen, I've got a show to do, what are you taking me to the police station? They said, don't worry, madam, we will let you off immediately. I did go to the police station, and it's an experience that I've never forgotten, and I'm very proud of it, that I was able to make my mark in an area which few people have had that kind of experience.
Ready? Yeah. Yes. Group center.
Kashish 2024. Thank you so much, lovely audience. Don't forget to follow us.